Are you looking for a fulfilling career in the healthcare industry? Then you need to consider pursuing a diploma in nursing. In this video, we will cover everything you need to know about this exciting and rewarding career path. Hello, welcome to our video on diploma in nursing. Stay with me as we interview Paul Owusu-Nyanzu, giving us detailed information about life as a registered general nurse, both in school and on the field.
My name is Paul Nyamzu, an old student of 37 Nursing and Midwifery Training College. Now, a staff nurse at the Half-Assing Government Hospital, Theatre Unit. I do general art. And for everyone who wants to be a nurse in the future, has to be specific in the subject selection or a course selection. Well, in which I did general art, and my electives were literature, economics, government, and CRS, Christian Religious Studies. My core subjects, they are the normal core subjects: English, Math, Science, and Social Studies. First of all, before you get any admission, you have to buy forms. So I bought forms. After you have bought the forms, you will not be paid immediately. You'll be called for an entrance exams. So with the selections, they based on your electives and your core, or the selection they've stated with credit passes. Your list should be credit. Before you buy any form, you have to consider the school's requirements. If you meet their requirements, then you proceed to fill the form. If not, you consider other schools. So with 37, the list they take is C6, which is a credit pass. So when you are filling a form, they would want you to use your electives and core to fill the forms, which is 3 of your electives and 3 of your core. And with the core, they will be specific with core math, English, and science. Your list should be C6. After meeting the requirements, then you proceed to fill the form. When you fill the form, you'll be booked for an entrance exams. When you go and you pass the entrance, that one too, there's a pass mark you have to meet, which is 60 to 65%. I don't know if it has been increased. After you've passed the exams, the entrance exams, you will now be called for interview. So when you pass the entrance exam, doesn't mean you've gained admission. You have to convince them more. You have to pass the interview to be enrolled as a nurse. Well, in level 100, we all know we have only 2 semesters in the level. So in that level, in your first semester, fresh in school, so you wouldn't be familiar with the environment. But mostly if you're a science student, you find most of the things very easy. But if you're not a science student, you have to really sit up and do your best, because in your first semester, much wouldn't be expected from you. But if you do well in your first semester, it is going to boost you throughout your career in nursing. There are a lot of courses you will do in level 100. Nursing is more practical than theoretical. So in every stage in your career in nursing, let's say in level 100, you will be asked to go for clinicals. That's in your first. That will be your first time on the ward. They will make sure they train you in the school. We have timetable that has practicals in them. In your timetable, when you have practicals, you have to take it serious, because that is when you start learning. Though it's dummies, but on the field you will be touching human beings. And in level 200 you do practicals, level 300 you do practicals. You go for clinicals and you'll be evaluated. So at the end of every practical, they will evaluate you, then get your score. On 37, for instance, your results will be pasted on the board and you know how you performed on the ward. And even with practicals, that is where they score you. So every practical we go, they make sure they give you a mark on that very day, and at the end of the day, they accumulate the marks and they give you the result. Every semester exams, there will be practical. There will be practical exams too, so you have to take practical serious. It can be more theoretical, but practical is more important, because you are going to the ward to handle human beings. And before you finish and get a certificate or a license to practice as a nurse, you first of all write surgery and surgical nursing. You write medicine and medical nursing. You write general knowledge in nursing. And that's exams. You write your final exams. That we call it licensure exams. Licensure exams. And you will be asked to do practical. I don't. It's either you do the practical first or the exams first. So it depends. You have your own timetable, so you know when to do your practicals. It will be communicated, so you will know when to do your practicals. After the practicals, it is one-on-one. you are the patient and the examiner is with you scoring you. We have something we call procedure manual. They will be looking on the procedure manual to score you. So frequency, accuracy, your speed, everything will be scored according to it. It ranges from 0 to 4 or I think 6. They will be scoring you like that. So you have to also be a little bit fast and smart and accurate. And you don't have to be doing try and error. They know it. When you are fidgeting, they will know. And after your practical exams, we have something we call case study. That one you'll be doing it in third year. Along the line, I think we started in second year or third year. Case study, you take a patient, you will admit the patient and nurse the patient till the patient is well and you discharge the patient. After everything and during your procedures and everything, you make sure you document everything. So come out with a book, and that book you have something we call Viva. You go and defend it because you have a book. You give one to your examiner, one to your supervisor, and one for yourself. So you study the book you have done or the book you have prepared, and at the end of the day, you are going to defend it. Before you come out as a registered general nurse with a license to practice, you have to pass all these aspects. Your practicals you have to pass. You have to also pass your written, which is your licential exams. Then defending your case study, you have to also pass. I want to go more into the case study. With your case study, it is said that if you do it yourself, you'll be familiar with the questions or the answers to give when you are asked any question, because the questions come from your book, the book you have prepared. The questions come from your book, so I don't think you have problem answering questions when you did the study yourself. If you don't do it, that is when you fumble answering questions. Then the government will process you to serve the nation. That's what we call national service or rotation. We call it rotation. Before they will give you the license, you have to do rotation. Before you do rotation, you have to pass license exams, practicals, case study, because the case study is faced in the practicals. After your practical exams, you now go and face examiner who is interviewing you on your case study, and it is called Viva. You are going to defend your case. It's like you are in the court defending what you said you have done. After my rotation or my national service, a portal will be open and you will access the portal through your staff ID, national service number, and a whole lot will go into it. So when you are able to access the portal, now you will now select the region you want to work in. So when the region is selected, now they will do a random posting. Everywhere in the region that you selected, you can be posted to. So for instance, I was posted to Afasini Government Hospital. That is when you will need your license because you are now coming to practice as a qualified registered nurse. You now have the license to practice. You have been posted. You are now a staff nurse. You are no longer a rotational nurse. You are a staff now. Me at the district hospital, being a diploma nurse or a degree nurse, our role is quite the same because we all render the same care. Just that you see your degree nurse as your superior, you're in charge, or you take advice, or like they supervise you, but we do the same thing. Our roles are almost the same. Just that anything you are doing, since he's your senior or she's your senior or in charge, you take advice from them, but it doesn't change your work. That is why we are general. We are registered general. We do everything. When you are posted to a facility where they have no midwife, you serve as the midwife there. Whenever someone comes to your department when she's in labor, it doesn't restrict you from helping the person deliver because you're a diploma nurse. No. The fact that I'm not a midwife doesn't mean I cannot help the person because we are general. We work everywhere. Right now I'm in the theater. Someone who wants to pursue nursing, someone who has seen nursing as a profession he wants to embark on, or as a profession he wants to pursue. Let's say you've not gotten admission to senior high school, I would say consider your course because you can't say I'm going to do a grade or I'm going to do business and become a nurse. No. So far as you have in mind that you want to be a nurse in the future, you have to consider your course. If you have not gone to the senior high school, that is for those who just completed JHS. Talking to those who just completed JHS, who are yet to go to the senior high school. Yeah. And if you are an SHS leaver, someone who has completed SHS and you want to pursue nursing or consider nursing as your profession, the advice I would give to you is consider your grades. Every school and their requirements they consider. You read more about the school or you inquire more about the school, because if you want to buy the forms for nursing school, I bought a form from Ankamfo Nursing. It's a psychiatry nursing training school, but I felt it as a general nurse. I didn't know anything about it because I didn't research. But later I realized I made a mistake. Though I was called for the interview, but he asked me the same question: why did you feel general nursing in Ankamfo? Because they do psychiatry. And my answer was because I didn't research well, because I was kind of nervous. I love the profession. I'll advise my siblings or my friends out there who wants to pursue nursing that before you choose any school, consider yourself reading more about their requirements, knowing more, because you don't have to go and buy the forms and later you realize you have a D, because some schools don't consider that. There are, there are courses in nursing you can do, 2 years program or 3 years program. When you are considering a 2 year program course, that one, if you have a D, they can consider. But know their specifications and know their requirement before you consider any school. Before you buy the forms, you don't have to buy the forms and waste your money. Just know what you want. Know the school's requirement before you also proceed. Well, I would say a big thank you to Jack Discoveries for coming to our doorstep for this interview. Though it was unannounced. That's why I can see Jack Discoveries.